Flyers snowplow the Colorado Avalanche 4-2 with 2 goals in 19 seconds, climb back into the 8th playoff spot. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Patrick Glenn, and welcome back to the channel. This is the Orange and Black Attack as the Flyers come away with a 4-2 victory over the Colorado Avalanche. It is their first time since December 27th, 2002 that the Flyers have won in Colorado, and they get a much-needed 2 points to keep pace with the Detroit Red Wings, who won tonight in a helter-skelter game out in Detroit as the Red Wings beat the Montreal Canadiens 4-3. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Orange and Black Attack, and I am Patrick Lynn. Let's get into this game. Fun game from start to finish. It took a while for the Flyers to get their legs above them, underneath them. But once they did, they played wonderful hockey. Great hockey to come off with after the bad game against the Columbus Blue Jackets. If you watched my last video, I was not a happy camper. I am a happy camper in this game. Colorado strikes first. There was no scoring in the first period. Colorado strikes first as there was a puck that was thrown in front. It bounced off a Holden's skate and it bounces into the net, and Colorado leads 1-0. They originally gave it to Grigor Ganko. I think that's how you say his name. But after further review, the scorers gave it to Holden as it bounced off his skate, and the Colorado Avalanche take a 1-0 lead. Further on along in the period, the Flyers strike as Shane Gottesbeer lets a shot go, and Pierre-Edouard Bellemare tips it in, and the Flyers lead. And then the Flyers tie the game up at 1-1. The game would get chippy. These two teams, they don't play each other often. They only play each other twice a year. But apparently there was some bad blood in this game, pushing and shoving, as you would see. I mean, Colorado ran Steve Mason about 4 or 5 times in this game, and the refs didn't call anything. But hey, nothing you can do. That ended the scoring. The Bellemare goal ended the scoring in the second period as we go into the third period, tied 1-1. Colorado would take the lead on a Mitchell goal as he is able to deflect it and get it past Steve Mason, and the Colorado Avalanche take a 2-1 lead. And it was helter-skelter from there, but the Flyers got their legs again as they dominated the last half of the period, as Radko Gudas lets a rifle of a shot go for the point. It clanks off the crossbar and falls in. The game is tied 2-2. And not less than 19 seconds later, Captain Claude Giroux is able to find a loose puck, and he slides it off, and he slides in, gets a wide open net, and the Flyers take a 3-2 lead as the Flyers strike and they snowplow the Avalanche in 19 seconds with 2 goals to take a 3-2 lead. Hold your breath time, as was last time in the video. They couldn't hold the lead, but they're able to do it. Kind of question mark going on in here. Steve Mason, it looked like he hurt himself. Made a couple of saves, and he got up and it looked like he hurt his knee, but he made a save and it bounced out to Ryan White, and Ryan White had a step on an Avalanche and he was going to go put it into the open net, but the Avalanche pulled him down before he could do that, so it's an automatic goal. And that caps off the scoring in the game as the Flyers take a 4-2 lead. That was with about 10 seconds left, and the Flyers would hold on, and they would win 4-2. Much needed 2 points coming out of this game since Detroit did win tonight, but the Flyers are in the 8th spot because they have the game in hand. Plus, they also hold the tiebreaker against the Detroit Red Wings since they have beat them twice, and they play them one more time, so the tiebreaker will still be there if the teams are tied. News coming out of Columbus. I mentioned in the last episode, Jared Bull with his hit on Pierre-Edouard Bellemare. He is being suspended 4 games for that hit, and it's a well-deserved 4 games. He left his feet, and I don't think it was headhunting, but he did leave his feet. He was trying to jumpstart his team. It was a purposeful hit, so he is suspended for 4 games, and he is well-deserved of that. Great game by the Flyers. Steve Mason stood on his head again in this game. My 3 stars of the game are Claude Giroux with his game-winning goal, Steve Mason, with his outstanding performance, he had to be clutch again in the late minutes. And my third star is Radko Gudas, the bearded one, with his tying goal as the Flyers lead it as he tied the game up, and he's my third star of the game. Not a quick turnaround. Flyers have a day off tomorrow, which is Friday, and they turn around on Saturday as they head to Arizona to play the Arizona Coyotes. I believe that game is at 1 o'clock. Now, it is at 10 o'clock at night on the Comcast network. For those who live in the Philadelphia area, that is 10 o'clock um, Eastern Standard Time, 7 o'clock for those who live on the West Coast. Uh, just got to turn around. Flyers beat the Coyotes earlier this year. Never a easy game against the Coyotes. But the Flyers have the Coyotes this Saturday, and they turn around on Monday after Easter on the 28th. They play the Winnipeg Jets at home. That is a 7 o'clock start. Uh, Hey, good win for the Flyers. Really good win for the Flyers. I am happy with the way that they played. I don't like these West Coast games. I've always hated them, staying up late. But thankfully, I'm on vacation. If I was at work this week, I probably wouldn't have been able to be doing the videos for these West Coast games coming up here because I'll be working. But I don't. I hate West Coast games. It's way too late. It's almost midnight my time. So anyway, Flyers win 4-2 as they beat the Colorado Avalanche. Can't mush mouth there. Like I said, it's the first time the Flyers have won in Colorado since December 27th, 2002. Got to turn around Saturday night, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on the Comcast Network, 10 o'clock on the East Coast, and 7 o'clock on the West, as the Flyers take on the Arizona Coyotes from Glendale, Arizona. And as I always say, good night and good hockey.